Hello, everybody. This is your boy Poon. Thank you for coming to my channel, The Life of Poon. Today is an amazing day, and you know what I just want to say? That you are blessed. I am blessed. So, by the title of this video, you already know how it's going down today. I am here. I'm feeling good in my blueberry blue. And you know, today is just going to be a wonderful day because I have a wonderful message. And we are going to start it out like this. So, boom. There was once a time when I was such a young little boy, probably like last year, 2 years ago, I made a video. And it solely talked all about being mad at God. Because at the time, I was. I ain't gonna hold you. I was mad. But the sole purpose of that video was to be vulnerable and to enlighten others all about those moments when we get mad at God. Those moments when we feel forgotten. Those moments when we feel less than. Those moments when we just wanna you know, I was having one of those moments. And when I was having that moment, it made me realize so much about myself. It made me realize how I had to take accountability. It made me realize how I got myself into those situations that I was so mad that I was in. It made me realize and take accountability. And that's the whole reason for the journey that I feel like we're all on. At times we like to place blame on others and play the victim, and sometimes we don't really realize that we're playing the victim, because if somebody would have told me back in the day I was playing the victim, I would have, what? But in a sense, I was. It was one of those moments when you just get so wrapped up in your own emotions and you just don't know which way to go. And you're like, God, help me, help me. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? But in those moments when you don't know what to do, in those moments when you feel less than, in those moments when all the pieces of the puzzles is scattered everywhere and you don't know which one to pick up, are the moments that are most precious, because it may not feel like it when you're in that moment, but afterwards when you look at it, it's one of those things that you start to realize how powerful you are, and when you start to realize on your spiritual journey which way feels right for you. When I made that video, it was one of those moments that helped me realize that if I wanted to get the ball rolling, then I had to be the one to initiate it. If I wanted et cetera in my life, then I can't be scared to go get it. And I was dealing with so many blockages at that time, and I feel like a lot of us dealt with a lot of blockages and restrictions, especially this past year. And it was one of those things that when you are at your lowest point and when you just feel like giving up and when you feel just overwhelmed, it was one of those moments where I had to take a step back. I had to look at myself. I had to take accountability, because it wasn't other people who got me in that situation. It was all on me. And I was pressing the blame on God, just like how sometimes we all do as humans, where we feel like Spirit forgot about us and forsaken us, but that's not the case. As I was stating earlier, the times when you really feel low is one of the best life learning experiences. That's one thing that I've really learned on my spiritual journey, is when life gets really tough and really hard and so difficult, when you finally look back on it, if you don't lose your faith, because that's another topic that I'm not going to go into right now. But if you continue to have faith in where you want to go when the times are tough, when the times are really just like that, it's just one of those moments that when you finally get over that hill and you're finally on top and you see the pathway you took to get there, and yeah, it was a struggle, but when you finally look back, you get so excited to know that you didn't give up and that you weren't forgot about. And the whole topic of this whole discussion that I'm having right now is just to let you know, when things happen in our life, we can't place the blame on others. And now I'm not saying, let me backtrack real quick. Now, I'm not saying that it's okay for people to do, but what I am saying is that just take accountability. Just to get you over the hurdles that if you don't take accountability, you'll go through. Because during that time period, when I wasn't taking accountability, it was the same cycle, kept repeating itself to teach me that lesson that I needed to learn. And it was like, when I look back on it, it's one of those moments when you realize that a walk down the street took you 3+ years to finally learn the lesson. So I feel like that's what my sole purpose in creating this YouTube is all about, is me being vulnerable with the lessons that I learned, so you don't have to go through it, so you can aspire and get to your manifestations like that. Because it's one of those things that when I finally took accountability and I finally looked at where I made my mistakes and how I got myself in these situations because I wasn't showing the most love to myself, it really messed up my life. But as I stated earlier, those moments when you feel just so low and defeated is actually the light coming to you. And it's so crazy saying it like that, but it's true. I once heard Ellen DeGeneres say on her show that one of the best moments in her life was when she was unemployed. And I was like, at first it threw me off. I was like, what? With me, when money not flowing in, I start to like devalue myself, far as like feeling less than because money ain't coming through, and I'm so used to getting money. And that's how society has raised some of us, especially if you're a Capricorn. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna put it out there because I mean, we share the same blood. But I mean, it's one of those moments that we all have to realize that you do not have to stay in the struggle. You do not have to put your value, your worth solely on money. And overall, you do not have to put the blame on others. Of course, it's okay to know that you don't have to take, if it's you and another counterpart of, if it's you and another individual, then of course you don't have to take all that responsibility, because that was one thing that I did too that was a mistake. It takes two to play the game. So you just have to take responsibility for what you did and how you could have handled it better, because it's all a learning lesson to teach you how to handle life in a better way. And before I let you guys go, it's just one of those moments that when I really look back on everything, it taught me to, no matter what, take responsibility for what I can take responsibility for and not put it on God, because God was blessing me the whole time by showing me the light, by showing me that something wasn't right in the cooking, the bacon, the cooking, the whatever, the platter, something wasn't right, something wasn't hitting. And I'm thankful for that moment because that moment taught me that you have to value your emotions because your emotions is trying to tell you something. But sometimes as individuals, we get so caught up in the emotion where we don't want to look at it. We just want to push the blame. And that's what I was doing. I was mad at God when I should have been mad at myself. I was asking God, where's my manifestations? Where are the things that I've been wanting to happen? I've been praying, I've been praying, I've been praying, I've been praying. But at the same time, I wasn't ready for whatever I was trying to manifest at that time. Because if I was ready for it, it would have came. And when I look back at it, the reason why I wasn't ready for it, here we go, was because of that fear. I was fearing everything instead of just putting actions into place to get me what I want. So, to wrap this all up, I hope you guys are having a great, awesome day. If you like this video, check out my other ones, you know, whatever. My name is Poon Poon. I will see you in another video, and yeah.